Hi kids! I am so excited to find out what new adventure are Topsy and Bimbo going to have now. So I'm going to start reading to you chapter number 3, which says Topsy makes a mistake. Anyway, Patty's here. He's joining us also for our story reading session today. Alright, I just wanted Patty to say hi to you guys. Alright, let's begin. The cook didn't like Topsy or Bimbo in her kitchen. Now you just go out, she said to Bimbo. I know quite well that as soon as my back is turned, you'll be up on the kitchen table after my meat. She shook her rolling pin at Bimbo and he fled. Topsy looked up at the cook with her soft brown eyes. It's no good you looking at me like that, said the cook. You're just as bad. I dare say you won't jump up on the table, but you'll get under my feet all the time and trip me up. Be off with you now. Topsy ran out of the kitchen to find Bimbo. Isn't it a pity we can't go into the kitchen whenever we want? Said Topsy. It does smell so nice. I like it better than any room in the house because of its delicious smell. I have to tell you, the kitchen is also my most favorite room in the house. Anyway. Oh, I know another room that's much nicer, said Bimbo. It's a wonderful room where meals are always set out ready on shelves, but nobody goes to eat them there. It does seem such a waste. Bones and biscuits, what room's that? Asked Topsy in the greatest surprise. I don't know it. Well, I'll take you to it, said Bimbo, but you'll find the door is shut. I wish I knew who the meals are waiting for in that nice little room. I've never seen anyone taken there. If the cook goes, she always shoos me away before she opens the door. But I've seen and smelled all the delicious things through the open door. Wow, I wonder what this room is. I'm excited to know now. When the cook was out that afternoon, Bimbo took Topsy down the stairs and into the kitchen. He showed her a door. The room's behind that door, said Bimbo. Topsy, put your nose to the crack and sniff. Isn't it delicious? Topsy put her nose to the door. Tails and whiskers, she said. What a glorious smell. I can smell meat and fish and pie and sardines left over from breakfast and bones. Look out, here comes somebody, hissed Bimbo. Topsy ran under the big kitchen chair and hid there. Bimbo lay down on the rug. Jillian came into the kitchen and went to the larder door, under which the two animals had been so busily sniffing. Now, a larder is like a room where you can store food. So you can think of it as a cupboard, like a big cupboard, big room to keep all extra food that you have. Okay? She opened it and took out the cake tin from the corner. She carried the tin to the kitchen table and took off the lid. Bimbo got up slyly and slipped quietly round the side of the open larder door. Topsy saw him and slipped round too. Oh boy, here starts the adventure now. Jillian was humming a song to herself and didn't hear or see either of them. She took out the cake for tea and put the tin back into its corner of the larder again. Then she ran upstairs with the cake on a plate. But first, she shut the larder door. And she shut in Bimbo and Topsy, of course. But they didn't mind. I mean, who wouldn't, right? They didn't mind a bit. They were pleased. It was a nice little room to be shut inside. Oh, the smells there. What did I tell you? Said Bimbo to Topsy. Look at that big meal on the shelf there. Who's it for? Nobody comes to eat here. It's all wasted, it seems to me. Well, it won't be wasted now. Up I go. And up on the first shelf, Bimbo went. Topsy put her front paws up on the shelf, but she couldn't jump on it. But Bimbo could. It was most annoying. I'll push something off for you, said Bimbo. Just tell me what you'd like. Do you fancy a joint of meat? It's not cooked, so it smells very good indeed. Or there are a few herrings here. And what's this? A rabbit. Oh, Topsy, would you like a rabbit? It's cooked. Yes, I'd like a rabbit more than anything, said Topsy, jumping up and down eagerly. Push it over and push over the meat too. Hurry, for I'm so hungry I cannot wait. Crash! Over the edge of the shelf went the big brown pot in which the rabbit had been cooked. It tripped over and the gravy ran out. Joints of rabbit fell out and Topsy got her sharp teeth into them at once. Crunch, crunch, oh how marvelous. What are you having? She said to Bimbo. I found a jug of yellow custard, said Bimbo, and some sardines. Wait a minute, I'll send over a sardine or two, and I'll tip up the jug to drip a little custard onto the floor. Drip, drip, down came some custard on Topsy's head and 2 sardines. What a feast the puppy had. Ooh, all this food is making me hungry. I don't know, custards, herrings, rabbit curry. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? You know, Bimbo, I really think this meal must have been laid for us, said Topsy, trying to lick the custard off her left ear with her tongue. There are all the things we like. Just then, they heard Jillian's voice calling out loudly. Topsy! Topsy! Where are you? Where can that dog have gone to? And where's Bimbo? Bim, bim, Bimbo! Oh, Jillian is going for a walk, said Topsy. Oh, I must go with her. I simply must. Why must you? Asked Bimbo, chewing the head of a herring. Well, because there are so many glorious smells all along the lane, said Topsy, scratching at the door. I simply love to smell them every day. Topsy! Topsy! Shouted Jillian. Topsy whined loudly and Bimbo was cross. Don't make that noise. We aren't supposed to be here. And if anyone hears us, we shall get into dreadful trouble. Why shall we? Said Topsy. I'm sure this meal was meant for us. Oh, I do hope Jillian won't go without me. But she did. And Topsy was so unhappy about it that she wouldn't eat anything more at all. Not even when Bimbo emptied a jug of milk over her head and told her to lick it up. The cook came back after tea. When she came into the kitchen, she stared in amazement at the larder door. From underneath it came a stream of custard, milk, and rabbit gravy. How very peculiar. She opened the door and out shot a very cross Topsy and a frightened Bimbo. Oh, you wicked creatures, cried the cook when she saw the mess her larder was in. What will the mistress say to you? How did you get in? The door was shut. You couldn't have squeezed under the door or gotten through the keyhole. It's a real puzzle. When mistress heard what had happened, she was very cross indeed. You must both be spanked, she said. Bimbo, you know quite well that cats are not allowed in the larder. Topsy, you mustn't believe all that naughty Bimbo tells you. Come here. Spank, spank. Poor Topsy. Poor Bimbo. Topsy crept to her basket and lay down with her ears dropped and her tail between her legs. Bimbo fled away to the nursery and hid at the back of the toy cupboard. He was very angry. I'll tell Jillian all about it when she comes in, he said. So he did, but Jillian put on a very stern face and shook her head. You're naughty and mischievous. Larders aren't for puppies or kittens. You know that very well. I'm ashamed of both of you. We'll never go into the larder again, whined Topsy. Never ever, mewed Bimbo. So they were forgiven, and before very long, Topsy was curled up on Jillian's knee, dreaming of rabbit and custard and Bimbo was cuddled on Imogen's knee, dreaming of milk and herring. And Cozy, the tabby cat, licked up all the rabbit gravy, the milk, and the custard from the floor and had a perfectly lovely time. She might have said thank you to us, said Topsy, but she didn't. Wow, I think this calls for a little break of some fruits and nuts, don't you think so? So we'll come back to read chapter 4, alright?